Hey everyone, I hope you guys are all well. Sorry you haven't seen very much of me over on this channel recently. I decided to take some proper time out from filming and stuff since having a baby, but I'm gradually gonna get back into doing little videos on this channel again now. I thought I would kick things off by doing my speedy mummy makeup routine. I generally tend to get about 5 to 10 minutes in the morning to do my makeup if I want to put makeup on that day. Some days I don't bother, some days I just wear a tinted moisturiser. But I thought it would be good for those of you who are mums, or for those of you who don't have a lot of time to do makeup or just want to do something really quick, to have a little look and see what I'm using and see how I do it, because I don't use brushes anymore. I find that they just slow me down. I never have time to clean them, so I am just using my fingers now. The makeup bag I'm using at the moment, cheeky little self-promotion here, is my Mags London XOXO makeup bag. Obviously I really like this, it's one of my own products. I just find that it fits my exact amount of makeup that I like to use on a day-to-day basis in here. So the first thing that I use pretty much every day now is a tinted moisturiser, and this one I actually stole from my husband, Steph, who worked with Feel Unique recently, so he picked a tinted moisturiser and it's amazing. So I've stolen it basically. It's like the communal tinted moisturiser in our house right now. So it's called I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, it's called the Perricone MD Cosmeticules Face Finishing Moisturiser Tint. The thing I love about this is that it kind of has these little black, almost beads in it that kind of burst on your face, and so you can see where the tint is going. On some days, I'm just going to put this on while I talk about it actually, it makes more sense. So I just put like a little blob on each cheek and my forehead and my chin, and then I just start rubbing it in. But yeah, I don't think you can see, but it's got these tiny, tiny little beads that burst and have the tint in them, so you can see exactly where the tint is going. It's quite a dark tint. It looks a little bit like you've had your face in the sun for the afternoon, which is nice. It doesn't match my neck right now, but we're just gonna go with it anyway. We're gonna roll with it. I'm a mum, I have no time to match up my neck to my face. I look a little bit more refreshed and it gives me a bit more of a glow, and I just feel a bit more like my skin looks healthy. I like being pale, but I just feel like I look more tired when I'm paler, if that makes sense. Some days, if I can't be bothered to do makeup that day, or if I'm just nipping out to do errands, I will literally just wear this and mascara, because I feel like it's kind of enough to go out with if you don't like going out with bare skin. So I've popped that on, and then next up, I don't use this every day, but seeing as I'm sitting down to show you what I use, I'm going to show you. It is the Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream to brighten and depuff. And I'm really getting into eye creams at the moment because I'm not getting much sleep, so I thought I would dabble, and I really like this one. I'm not sure if it's meant to be a moisturiser, but it kind of just brightens my under eye area a little bit. I've just put it like under and around my eye area, but I just love the texture of it as well. It kind of sinks into the skin really quickly, and it just, yeah, makes me look awake. Or more awake anyway. Next up, I pop on a bit of foundation. At the moment, I am mixing two together, and I'm mixing up the Giorgio Armani Maestro Glow, which is kind of like an oil-based foundation, I think. It comes in this pot with like a little dropper, and I'm mixing that with a little bit of a darker Rimmel, which is my usual go-to foundation. But I just really like the formula of this one. It kind of is a bit more like my skin but better, and it's just a bit more natural, but I'm finding this shade is very pale for me, and I know I've got the whole like darker head than neck thing going on right now, but I'm wearing a scarf today, so it's cool. So I'm going to mix these two together on my hand. So I'm just going to use my hand as like a little paint palette as such, and just mix it all up like that. It's very orange at the moment. I think I better put too much of the Rimmel in, but we're going to go with it. And then I literally just rub it on my face with my fingertips again. I don't bother with a brush anymore because I just don't have the time, and I also find this is just so much quicker and easier, and I find it quite easy to blend things with my fingers and my hands. Another reason why I'm kind of mixing a bit of the Rimmel foundation in with the Armani one is because it gives a little bit more coverage, and since I've had Rufus, the baby, my skin isn't what it was when I had the pregnancy glow. I actually got the pregnancy glow this time, and my skin was the best it's ever been while I was pregnant. Now, not so much, and I think it's lack of sleep, obviously, it plays a big part, and also I'm drinking coffee every day. Like, I just have one cup of coffee every day, but I never used to do that. I kind of had like a coffee ban for a while, but now I obviously need it. Okay, and then I've got my trusty baby wipe with me just to get that excess foundation off my fingers and my hands. Okay, next up is concealer, and I've tried quite a few concealers in my time, high end and also high street, and the one that I always come back to is the Bourjois Radiance Reveal. I love this stuff. I think it's about £7 or £8, so fairly inexpensive for a concealer. I don't know if I would compare it to anything. I personally think it's better than like YSL Touche Eclat, and I don't know, all the other ones that I've used. Basically, I always come back to this one. I do want to try the Bobbi Brown concealers because a few people have recommended those to me, and I love Bobbi Brown. As you can see, we're going pretty heavy duty with the concealer, and I'm just gonna kind of pat it in with my fingertips. The thing I like about this though is that it doesn't like sit in my eye creases. I feel like it just instantly adds a bit of depth to my face and just lifts my eye area. So that is my concealer done, and again, on some days I literally stop here and just go out with a bit of coverage on my face, and that'll be it. Sunglasses become your best friend when you have a new baby and a 4-year-old because you don't have to do your eye makeup basically. Okay, so next up I just quickly pencil in my eyebrows. I usually have them tinted, so this doesn't really take very much time if I end up doing it at all. And I'm still using the same brow pencil that I think I used in my last makeup tutorial, which was quite a long time ago. As you can see, it's kind of on its last legs now. It's been very well loved, and I can't even see where it's from because it's sharpened down that far. I think it was the Brow Bar. They have one in Topshop on Oxford Street. I think they've got one in Liberties as well, and they sell like their own brand of pencils and everything to do with eyebrows basically, and I just love it. It needs a bit of a sharpen actually. I'm not prepared for this video, but yeah, I just kind of gently fill them in, so I'm going to do that now. Doing my eyebrows is probably my least favourite part of doing my makeup. And I also tend to find that one of my children will always want me when I get to my left eyebrow. So my left eyebrow is always really bad. I think the theme of this video is just rolling with it, and whatever scrap of makeup you can possibly manage to get on your face as a mum, I guess it's a win. Next up, I'm going to do my eyes. I don't normally bother every day with eyeliner, but I'm still using the same eyeliner. It's the L'Oreal Perfect Slim, and it is like a little felt tip pen, so it's kind of foolproof. And I just like to do one line on my upper lid. Anyone else always open their mouth when they're doing their eye makeup? I'm like a little goldfish. Now I'm going to put on a couple of coats of mascara, and the one I'm using at the moment was actually from a beauty advent calendar. It's the By Terry Mascara Terribly, I can't pronounce that. I'll link it below. It's the Mascara Growth Booster. I really like this mascara. It's probably my second favourite after the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is the best mascara in the world. I literally just whack on a couple of coats of this really quickly. I find that this mascara is quite good in terms of like lengthening, which I like, and I also like that it has like an old school brush wand. I don't like the plastic applicator ones or the small ones. I like the big like fluffy brush ones. And actually the next thing that I'm about to use I've not actually tried yet. So I normally use a stick version, like a cream stick version of a bronzer and then a cream stick version of a highlighter. But I noticed the other day on Instagram, I saw an advert from By Terry, and they were doing like a 2-in-1, and I thought, well, that's gonna save me some time, even if it's like a couple of seconds. Every second counts. So I picked that up, and I am actually gonna try it for the first time in this video. Next, this is the Glow Expert Duo Stick, and it has bronze on one side and highlight on the other, and then like a brush for blending on the other side, which I probably won't use because I'm doing everything with my hands. This is the first time I've used this. Normally I have like the 2 separate ones, so just bear with me if this looks really bad. Hopefully it won't. Okay, so I'm just gonna go straight in. I see what they're doing with this. Okay, I'm just gonna use the edge of it to put a bit more highlight up here, and the edge of the other side to put a bit more bronze down here, and then I'm literally just going to, I like to blend it in so that it's very, very natural looking, like that you couldn't really notice it unless you see me in person, so you probably won't be able to see properly on camera. But I don't like to look like overly bronzed and highlighted. I like everything to be a bit natural. Well, it's got my seal of approval so far on first impressions. Anyway, I'm just going to put a bit of the highlight down my nose and a bit on my chin. I'm going to put a bit of the bronze on my forehead. That's the bit that I usually kind of forget to blend in, and then I go out and people are giving me funny looks and I'm like, why is everyone looking at me weird? Oh yeah, it's because I've got this big brown line on my forehead. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first so that doesn't happen to me today. Last thing I do is blush, and it is the Bobbi Brown Pale Pink shade 11, their cream blush that I have literally used for ages, and I just pop a bit of that on both cheeks and blend in with my finger. Oh, I said that was the last thing, but I do have one last thing, which is amazing, and it's this Nivea Original Care Lip Balm. This is really great if you cannot be bothered to wear lipstick because you can't be bothered to like monitor it all day and top it up and stuff. But yeah, this is really nourishing and it gives you a little shine. It makes your lips feel amazing. It's particularly good in really, really cold weather because it just gives you so much moisture. I think I've probably got one of these in every single changing bag and every handbag and every coat pocket because I just love them. I'm obsessed with them. And since I don't really bother wearing that much lipstick anymore unless we're going on like a date night or I'm shooting blog pictures or something, I just wear this and I love it. Anyway, so that is my finished speedy mummy makeup with no brushes. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it and that it helped some of you if you are struggling with children and you still want to like wear makeup. I will try and link to some of the products that I have been using in the description box below. Also, a cheeky little self-promotion, my rings are now back in stock in Mags London, so I will leave a link to that as well down below just in case any of you guys would like to go and check it out, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!